Hello, and welcome to our clinic. I'm Dr. Bright Light in the background that is bothering me in my peripheral vision. Welcome to our clinic. I'm going to be doing a cranial nerve exam today. Never done one of those before. Watched videos of them on YouTube, so trust me, I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. You don't have to worry. I have watched so many ASMR videos that I know exactly what to do. So the first thing we do is we your cranial. Yes, so you have a cranial in your dome and some nerves up in there. And we're gonna do some tests on your cranial nerves. So the first thing we will do is a sight test. So if you can just look at the strands of hair that are coming off of my head, and if you can just recognize how unevenly cut they are, because I cut them myself, and just sort of cringe at how in need of styling each strand desperately is. If you're beginning to feel secondhand embarrassment, then I can't do this bit. If you're beginning to feel secondhand embarrassment about my hair, then the cranial nerve exam test is working very effectively. So now that we got that out of the way, now we will move on to the next portion of the cranial nerve exam test, which is the hearing test. So I'm just going to say some words, and what I want you to do is just sort of absorb the words into your innermost being, and then once you have absorbed them, all of the nutrients from those words, you just sort of change the landscape of the inner cognition of their machinations, and that will present to you an opening somewhere right in between your second and third eye. I think it's like in your second and a half eye, I think it is. So if you can just center yourself, then derail yourself, and then recenter yourself on a different plane, heading in a different direction, away from the plane that was taking you to where you're going, which will hopefully not delay your travel too much, and plane flights are expensive. So maybe that's bad advice. Actually, if you'd like, you can just discard all of that advice up to including the part about everything, and just for the hearing portion of the test, I will just say the word panda over and over. Panda, 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 until I have induced semantic satiation. I believe it's called. That's where you become so semantic that you are satiated in it. Right? That's semantic. Satiation is just the process by which the semantics and the satiation are intertwined into the bundle of cosmic nerves. If you quote me on that, make sure to use Chicago Manual of Style, not APA, or are they the same thing? It's been so long since I did that type of thing, and it was always terrible. So now that you have heard the word panda more than enough times, possibly more than you've ever heard it in your entire life before, it is now time to move into the smell portion of the cranial nerve exam. So for this portion of the test, I'm going to put some objects to your nose, and I'm just going to see if you can smell them correctly. So here is an object. This is a phone. Can you smell that? Yes, it smells like metal, which is really not the smell you want to smell in things. Actually, I didn't really smell anything when I smelled it, but making me a liar, making me a liar. No, I don't want to be a liar. I don't want to be a liar. I want to be honest with you, because this is a professional clinic where we do professional, real cranial testing so that we can verify that the cranial inside of your dome is resting firmly in the upright position. Wait, no, is that what they tell you about your trays and planes? I think that's, ignore that. Just pretend that I didn't say that part. Moving on, we're going to go right into the taste part of the cranial test. So, for this part of the test, bear with me. I'm not going to have you taste anything because that's physically impossible. I could pretend, but let's be real, my taste buds are just, they have an ability to taste things that yours just don't, if we're being real about this. So, I will do the tasting for you, and then you can just tell me if I am wrong or not. And then if we just, after that, if we just reverse it in our minds, then it will have been like I was testing you. So I'm just gonna ask me what this phone tastes like, and I didn't actually taste it, so I don't know what the taste is. Would really rather not know. Don't recommend licking a phone. You don't know where that's been and what germs it's picked up, especially and a global pandemic. So now if we just reverse it in our minds, so you didn't taste the phone because you don't know where it's been, and it's a global pandemic, and you didn't really want to do that. That's understandable. We'll just mark you down as having passed that part of the test. So now that we have done the sight portion of the test, the hearing portion of the test, the smell portion, and the taste portion, now there's only one other sense, right? And that is the sense that something is going really wrong here. That's the fifth sense, right? So the test here will be, does it seem like something is going really wrong here? So I'm just going to test your sense of that by creating a fictitious scenario in which I'm doing an ASMR video and it's a cranial nerve exam, but I don't actually know how to conduct a cranial nerve exam, even a fake one, so I'm just making it up as I go along. So we'll just go through that and then see how you react to that, and whether your comprehension of that seems normal. And if it does seem normal, then we will conclude that that your brain is healthy.